According to Holographic Universe theory, our reality might just be an elaborate projection. Here, everything you can see, touch, and feel is actually just information beamed from the edge of the universe. Like our brain is watching a movie with 3D glasses on, turning 2D images into an entire world. Except this theater is universe-sized, the show never ends, and you can't ever peek behind the screen to see how it works. Your family, your lunch, even your home could all just be projections of information from an incomprehensibly large 2D surface at the edge of our perception of reality. Think of it like the world's biggest shadow puppet show, except instead of just shadows on a wall, it's creating everything you've ever known or experienced. And if our reality is just a holograph, that means the real you exists as nothing more than a pattern written on the edge of the universe, forever out of reach. Quantum fluctuation theory. In quantum fluctuation theory, reality is basically playing the world's biggest game of peekaboo. Every time you look at something solid, your phone, your coffee cup, you're actually seeing trillions of particles borrowing energy, popping into existence for a split second, then disappearing. Everything you can see and touch is built on this cosmic dance of existence and nothingness. Reality itself is less like a solid foundation and more like a light switch being flicked on and off a trillion times per second. So next time someone tells you to get a grip on reality, you can tell them there isn't much to grip. It's all just cosmic confetti playing hide and seek with existence. Many worlds. Ever flipped a coin and wished both heads and tails could win? Well, according to many worlds theory, they actually do. In this theory, you're making every possible choice all the time. Each decision you make, coin you flip, or red light you hit, all create new branches in reality. And somewhere out there, every possible version of your life is playing out right now. There's a universe where you're sunbathing on your yacht, one where you're building wells in Africa, one where you just spontaneously combusted, and everything in between. With every breath you take, billions of other yous are making different choices, living different lives, dying different deaths, and none of them will ever know the others exist. Block Universe. Think of your life like a book that's already sitting on a shelf in the cosmic library. Every page, every word, every single letter is already written and bound. Block Universe theory tells us that's exactly how time works. You think you're writing your story as you go, but really, you're just flipping through pages that have always been there. That job interview next week already happened. That decision you're stressing about already made. That mystery of how your life turns out already solved. You just haven't reached that chapter yet. You feel like you're living in a world where time flows forward, where choices matter and the future is unwritten. But according to this theory, that's just what it feels like to read your own story for the first time. Wheeler's Participatory Universe. You know that old question about whether a tree falling in the forest makes a sound if no one's around to hear it? Well, according to Wheeler's Participatory Universe theory, that tree might not even exist until someone looks at it. In fact, nothing exists until it's being observed. It's like reality is the world's laziest artist, only drawing the parts of the picture that someone's looking at. That galaxy a billion light years away, it might have been in a state of maybe until your telescope pointed at it. Those dinosaur bones, they might have been in quantum limbo until someone dug them up. The universe is basically running on the ultimate procrastination strategy. Why bother making things real until someone's actually going to check on them? Panpsychism. In this theory, everything in the universe is conscious. Consciousness isn't just in our brains, it's more like a cosmic subscription service that every atom is signed up for. Panpsychism attempts to solve the puzzle of how consciousness emerged in a material universe. The chair you're sitting in might be silently judging your posture. Your phone is definitely tired of being dropped, and the fridge has some opinions on your dietary choices. Boltzmann Brain. You know that moment when you check your pockets and your phone isn't there? Your heart stops, you pat yourself down frantically, only to find it was in your hand the whole time. Well, maybe your phone didn't move at all. Maybe you just popped into existence 5 seconds ago, complete with false memories of having a phone at all. According to Boltzmann Brain theory, our universe is actually super unlikely. Instead, it's way more probable that you were just a brain that randomly appeared in space, loaded with a complete set of artificial memories. That means everything you remember, your first day of school, that embarrassing dance recital, your breakfast this morning, might have all materialized from nothing a split second ago. Your entire life story could be a cosmic accident, a temporary blip of an imagined consciousness floating in an endless void on its way to disappear from existence as quickly as it appeared. Quantum immortality. According to quantum immortality theory, if you've ever had an experience where you nearly died, you actually did. Think of your consciousness like a player in the world's longest video game, one where you can't ever reach game over. Every time you face a deadly situation, you'll only experience the version where you survive, no matter how unlikely that survival might be. As you get older, your survival scenarios might get more and more unlikely. You could end up as the only 500-year-old human, unable to die, wondering why everyone else's story seems to end so soon. You're not watching their immortal timelines, you're stuck experiencing only yours. Zero Energy Universe. The Zero Energy Universe theory tells us that everything in existence is basically one giant cosmic accounting scheme where everything adds up to exactly zero. Every time it puts something in the positive column, it has to balance it out in the negative column. The Big Bang was the universe creating a perfectly balanced ledger, where every positive entry generates an equal negative entry, creating everything from nothing. Everything that exists, planets, French fries, your collection of unmatched socks, might just be an elaborate accounting trick, and this cosmic accounting trick might explain how the entire universe and everything in it could have appeared from nothing. Closed Timelike Curves theory. Closed Timelike Curves theory suggests that time doesn't always move in a straight line. Sometimes it curves back on itself, trapping moments in endless cycles like a cosmic game of Snake, except you're stuck eating your own tail for eternity. Your life could be like a roller coaster, but instead of an elaborate track, it's just a single loop containing every moment of your existence. Walking through one of these cosmic loops would be like stepping onto a moving walkway that brings you right back to where you started. Except you're not just returning to the same place, you're returning to the same moment in time. You might just be in the midst of one of those loops now, playing out your reality exactly as you have infinite times before. False Vacuum Decay. Picture a house of cards standing perfectly still. Everything looks stable, but you know the slightest wrong move could bring it all crashing down. False vacuum decay theory tells us our entire universe is basically living in that moment. Except instead of cards, it's the laws of physics themselves that could collapse. The universe is like the world's most precarious card tower, and somewhere out there in space, a cosmic sneeze might have already started a chain reaction. When it happens, a bubble of changed physics will spread at light speed, transforming everything it touches into something completely different. You'd be halfway through your morning yawn when reality itself decides to reshuffle the deck. Eternal inflation theory. Eternal inflation theory is like living in the ultimate bubble bath, but instead of rubber ducks and soapy water, you've got entire universes floating around. Now imagine our tub itself is growing faster than the speed of light, with an infinite number of bubble universes growing and being created from it. Every one of those bubbles has its own set of rules. Maybe in one bubble light is liquid, or gravity pulls sideways, or pineapples actually belong on pizza. The thing about bubbles though, is that they don't always play nice when they meet. There could be another universe somewhere out there drifting towards ours, faster than the speed of light. If our bubbles touch and our physics don't match, both universes would just end with a cosmic pop.